the bar, I'm too persistent. Whipping comment, no cast. Get it on my own, no collab. But a bar with me, that's a body bag. Anthony Joshua, John to Duppy, blood. Obviously, we know Eddie Hearn had his little one and that, blood. I reacted to that one. Apparently, I got little details wrong on that, blood. But hey, we're back, fam. Anthony Joshua, blood. Let's see what he's got to say. Obviously, we all know what happened from him versus Usyk and that, fam. Man lost and thing, blood. I don't know, blood. Some people are still behind the guy. Some people are showing their true colours. But I feel like when it comes to black sportsmen, fam, in the UK or just in the western side of the world, blood, whether it's US, all of that, I feel like that's always going to happen. When you're on top, blood, everyone's cheering for you. Next thing you know, because obviously everyone knows this guy is Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, when this guy's winning, it's Anthony Joshua. When he's, you know what I'm saying, everyone's proud of him. When he's doing the mad thing, blood, you know what I mean, putting everyone down and that, blood, doing his thing, fam, is Anthony Joshua. As soon as he loses, everyone starts to call him Femi, fam. True colours start to show on that. But this will always be a thing in the Western world when you're a black athlete, fam. You know what I'm saying, blood? You see it 24/7, blood. Marcus Rashford, Saka, fam. Raheem Sterling, blood. It happens all the time. But let's get into it, though, fam. Anthony Joshua, John to Duppy, Tyson Fury, display. Let's see what he has to say. Beat sounded mad, by the way. Anthony Joshua could have jumped on this on his ones, by the way. But just the time frame and all of that, he wouldn't have been able to do it. But he could have rapped this himself.
They call me AJ. I'm heavy, you ain't the same way. So what's a feather to a freight train? I'll punch Fury and spin him like a Beyblade. Yeah, they call me AJ. I'm heavy, you ain't the same way. So what's a feather to a freight train?
Can we just see the detail that every time he uses his hands, he puts them back into fist, fam? I'm just saying, but I guess he's ready for anyone.
Heavy, you ain't the same way. So what's a feather to a freight train? I'll punch Fury and spin him like a Beyblade. Yeah. Hey, I told him plenty times I ain't a petty guy, but coming from the gutter got me hungry like I'm Pennywise. You see, I went from doing burglaries and petty crimes to telling Eddie Hearn to get me work from swinging heavy rights. I have to get the prize, I'm fresh to death and recognize I'm very blessed and hella wise. I never rest, I'm energized. Now when I'm knocking brothers out, it gets televised. Seeing stars, I leave him in the clouds, I'll meet a Gemini.
You mad, but when I'm knocking brothers out, I used to do it back then as well, fam. But back then no one cared. Now all of us, the millions are watching, it's getting televised. So I'm sending them to the sky, meet Gemini, bruv. He spin. And by the way, I got to rate Anthony Joshua as well, fam, because a sport like boxing, blood, boxing and like UFC fighting sports is one of them sports where undefeated record is cherished in that, fam. You know what I'm saying? And more times when a boxer or a UFC fighter or whatever, just a general fighter, you know what I'm saying, gets the first loss or whatever, it hits them quite hard in that. But I like the way Anthony Joshua be moving. You know what I'm saying? But obviously the shit affects him and that, fam. You know what I mean? But to the public eye, fam, he's still staying strong. He's still doing his thing, but then moving to the next one. I feel like that's what you got to do anyway, fam. You know what I mean? Especially in an industry like that, because you take a loss in football, it is what it is, next game. But in boxing, in fighting, it's a whole different thing taking a loss on that, fam. You know what I'm saying? With the records and all of them thing there, bruv. But I just like the way he moves in that when he does take a loss on that, fam. You know what I'm saying, blood? And if this has happened before, fam, and we saw what happened afterwards, blood. You know what I'm saying, fam? So we'll see what happens again.
I'm very blessed and hella wise. I never rest, I'm energized. Now when I'm knocking brothers out, it gets televised. Seeing stars, I leave him in the clouds, I'll meet a Gemini. See, Fury said he'd write me off, but then he never signed. And now this dickhead's fighting Wilder for the 11th time. So why is he trying to bell my line? You ain't no friend of mine. He tried comparing Tyson to a boxer and it's never might. I swear I send the job, he's leaning like his neck in shams. Breathing cause he's very fat, I think he needs a medic, fam. There ain't a blood clot thing that you can tell the champ. I'm ready, best to tell him, spread this message like a telegram. They call me AJ. I'm heavy, you ain't the same way. So what's a feather to a freight train? I'll punch Fury and spin him like a Beyblade. Yeah, they call me AJ.
The coldest thing would be AJ walking out to this tune and that, fam, when he eventually fights Tyson Fury, fam. That would be a mad thing.
Like a Beyblade. Yeah, they call me AJ. I'm heavy, you ain't the same way. So So what's a feather to a freight train? I'll punch fury and spin him like a Beyblade, yeah. Ruins nearly left me up in ruins. Couple fellas said I blew it, brother said I couldn't do it. I became champ, the same man, respect me like I'm Lewis. I'm a made man, I make grinds, he's wetter than the fluid. I could never ever do it, get my life up in the mess while I was fighting from a rep. This guy was wired off his head, I'll take the title from this pleb. It's going viral on the net, although I win it could be sticky like a spider on the web.
He's taking shots, blood. Damn.
Man, I make grinds, he's wetter than the fluid. I could never ever do it, get my life up in the mess while I was fighting from a rep. This guy was wired off his head, I'll take the title from this pleb. It's going viral on the net, although I win it could be sticky like a spider on the web. But it's minor and it's blessed, cause the way he talks gets me bored. Big man, I'm walking through my city like a Megazord. No kidding, like women in the menopause. Claim that you're a Christian, only thing you'll see is heaven's door. See, this ain't fight night, play games at night. I'll take him to the bright light and say I got a nice right. It's my time, give a brother beats like a high five. Throw blows, see them all connecting like it's Wi-Fi. AJ, I'm heavy.
There's no way you man made this guy just rip off his shirt. You ain't the same way.
So what's a feather to a freight train? I'll punch fury and spin him like a...
And you man know, blood, the movies, blood, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's a love story, whether it's dancing films, whether it's a fighting thing, blood, the movements in the rain and that, the rain scenes that be going brazy. The rain scenes are legendary. Like, more times if a movie has a rain scene, blood, it's like one of the greatest scenes, fam. You know what I'm saying? You know, like in Step Up, in You Got Served, blood, you know what I'm saying? In like a boxing film or whatever, blood, you know what I mean? A little love story and that Titanic and them thing, you know what I'm saying? The rain scenes got brazy, I can't lie to you.
Beyblade, yeah, they call me AJ. I'm heavy, you ain't the same way. So what's a feather to a freight train? I'll punch fury and spin him like a Beyblade, yeah.
Well, I was dialects, fam. Shut up, fam. I'm from Leeds, innit, so you know what I'm saying? Shut up, dialects, fam. I didn't even realise. Couldn't even hear it, bro. It's mad thing. Hey, shout out to you, man, though. Shout out to FITS firing the spoofing that you man keep doing your thing. Yeah, man. Let me see what the comments are saying, though, blood. Perfect time at Anthony Joshua is fighting Yushek on the same day, different levels. Hope AJ sees this and shares it. Ken, that you're a Christian, the only person you're going into heaven gate, so I'm excited for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury going for a while, the AJ, Eddie Hand, the BBC and the British press. Man said he's basically coming for everyone in that blood. What's a feather to a throwaway? Jeez. Jez. I think he meant to put another E there, blood. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking about the tune. I thought someone would have something to say about the fight and that, but hey, I guess not. But I'll catch you on the next one, though. She brought my line Jazz, and I'm out of here, cuz. In a biz, people.
Bar after bar after bar after bar after bar, I'm too persistent. Whipping chrome and no cast. Get it on my own, no collab. But a bar with me, that's a body bag. Your mans want smoke, then he leaves with a toe tag. Whole squad hit with a double mag Glock. Got left in the street and the body's getting chucked. Bullets with names and your shit's getting popped. Better be with me and the bag's getting cocked. Still gotta chase the bag, humble. Ain't gotta brag in a league on my own and my stats getting flagged. Hit me for the feet, got verses in stats. Come through like the queen, gotta pay that tax. Premium sir.